Hey, what's up? Hello and welcome. My name is Maya, and today we have a brand new generation of Mystical Legacy Challenge. And I'm so excited to get started. But before we even get started, of course, I want to give a shout out to the Simmers. I appreciate your support so much. But yeah, like I said, today we are starting Mystical Legacy Gen 3. And I don't think I've ever been so excited to start off a generation as I am right now. If you guys didn't know, or you're new here, or this is like the first video of the series you're watching, Mystical Legacy is my own challenge that I made. I made it so long ago, and I played it twice, not fully through. I've only played Gen 1 and 2 two times, never started Gen 3. So to finally be on Gen 3 feels amazing to me. It feels like I can finally get done with this challenge, finally. But I'm going to go over the rules with you guys because this is probably going to be my favorite generation of this challenge. And yeah, we're just going to go over the rules. So here we are on Gen 3. This is a Tumblr post that I have on my own Tumblr. So I'm going to have this link below. I also have a video going over the rules that I'll have linked below. And I also have a Google Doc of the rules that I'll go over as well with you all. I'm not going to read the backstory because, like I said, we're on Gen 3 now. I'm so excited. So excited. But it said you grew up spending most of your time outside. You always loved collecting things you found on the beaches of Sulani growing up. Your parents were never official, and it has caused you to be non-committal. You also pick up a love for the outdoors that your parents shared. You are never satisfied with love except for your love for flowers and gardening. Your love for flowers leads you to having a single baby with the flower bunny. That's not really true. I'll explain more when we go over the goals of this generation. Though you do not commit to the flower bunny or a job, you still love your child and want to teach them about the great outdoors and all that you learned in your time as a scout. Your lack of commitment makes you avoid getting connected to material items and prefer to find things in the dumpster. So, the mystical collectible is an elixir of fertility. This might change, just so you guys know. I've never done the herbalism skill, so I don't know what comes with the herbalism skill. So we might change this if we find something that fits this gen more. I just thought it was ironic to get the elixir of fertility considering you only have one child. That's why I chose that one. But like I said, this is subject to change. Anyway, the traits are loves the outdoors, non-committal and freegan, earn at least 5 scout badges as a child and teen, have one child with the flower bunny or werewolf. So for Gen 4, we get to choose. When I made this challenge, like the pack was not a thing. So I just put flower bunny for Gen 4 because it's kind of like one of those sims that is similar to Patchy, which is Gen 3. It's a holiday-based sim. So I thought, okay, let me just do the flower bunny. But then we got werewolves, and I've never played with werewolves. So for Gen 4, I'm letting you know for my version of the challenge, we are going to do werewolf gen just because I've never done it before, never played with a werewolf. So I want to check it out. But yeah, you get to choose which one for Gen 4. So yeah, I like that option of choosing how your Gen 4 plays out because both of the rules are different. But for Gen 3, we need a max gardening and herbalism skill, complete the outdoor enthusiast aspiration, live in a tiny home with simple living your entire young adult life. That's going to be difficult. Marry the hermit in Granite Falls as an elder. You can only make money through gardening. I even included this optional rule, which I am going to do, is that you're only allowed 10 plants on your lot at a time. So yeah, we're not going to be able to get super rich with gardening, but we also need part-time jobs, odd jobs, or finding items to sell on the yard sale table to make money. Basically, this gen is going to be kind of poor, but I'm so excited to get started because I do love when my Sims don't have money. So yeah, this gen is going to be so much fun. I'm also excited because orange is my favorite color. And if you guys don't know, you can dress your Sims reflecting the generation. So Patchy Gen is always going to be in like orange. Okay, so now it's time to go over who's actually going to be our sim for Gen 3. So Gen 2 is supposed to have 3 kids, which she did. She's a mermaid. We finished that generation. If you didn't watch it, I'll have a little eye in the corner so you can go check out that playlist. But yeah, we're supposed to decide out of the 3 kids who's going to be next gen. I asked you guys at the end of Gen 2 who you wanted to be next gen, and there was overwhelming support for this sim right here. Pumpkin. Now, yeah, she has a pumpkin on her head and her name is Pumpkin, but I love this girl with my whole heart. And you guys do too. And you guys want her to take over for Gen 3. And I have never started a generation with a child. So we're going to start this generation off with Pumpkin as a child. And if you're new here, I tell a lot of stories. So, of course, she has a story going on, and we're going to follow that story and play it out. Every generation so far has had some type of story element with their generation, and obviously, Pumpkin is no exception to that rule. I'm going to go over her traits and everything, but right now, we're picking up in the middle of this story and what's going on. So, you guys are going to have to hold on and wait until we can go over her like skills, her traits and everything. Don't worry, we will go over that this episode. It's just right now some things are going on in the mystical household. So right now Pumpkin is sad because she lost her grandmother a few days ago, and the family is still like all racked up about it. And right now she is up when she should be in her room. She was supposed to be out sleeping like her twin brother, who's in their room right here, and he's still sleeping and being a good boy. But Pumpkin is a little mischievous. She's a little nosy, if you will, and right now she is listening into an argument that's happening in the bathroom. So we have Salila here. You guys, I miss Salila. She's making a face because she's in an argument with her son. I guess she won the argument. And if you guys don't know, Salila was Gen 3's heir, and she did Gen 3 for us. It's been a few years since we picked up. We did like a little bit of a time skip, and she's gotten older. She's still so cute. I love her. She is our mermaid Gen, and she's talking to her eldest child, who is Harvest. Now, Harvest was basically second runner-up for next gen. He is the oldest, so everyone's that wanted him to be next gen like that he was the oldest. Also, I think he looks the most like his mother. He looks so much like Salila, and Salila just sees herself in him. But they are arguing about this stupid curse. So if you don't know, this challenge curses my sims for 10 generations, and Harvest is finding out about this curse now in the moment. Salila also had an argument with her own mother, who was Gen 1, about the same thing. And it's kind of like, history is repeating itself here, and Salila couldn't avoid this. But she's realizing that Harvest is getting older and she just needs to tell him the truth. And she's trying to let him know that he is who she's chosen for next gen. So she's going to console him about the loss of his grandmother. Well, we can't. There's no room in this small bathroom. Don't ask me why they decided to do this in here. I guess we can argue about the house rules. It's more so arguing about the family rules. So Harvest is a mermaid, and he got that from his mother, obviously. And she's letting him know that not only are you a mermaid, he knew that already. He had no problem with that. He grew up around mermaids and his mother's friends and her like little gossip, which is her group of mermaids. He has an issue with that. He has to get rid of being a mermaid in order to take over the curse, because he's supposed to be Patchy generation. And he's not happy about that. He loves being a mermaid, but his mother is letting him know, like, there's no avoiding this. When the curse like chooses you, it kind of chooses you. And we have poor little Pumpkin out here hearing this whole argument. And Pumpkin is someone that's close to her family. She loves her family so much, but also she felt like she is not a mermaid. So why can't she be it? Like she and her brother are not mermaids at all. And she wouldn't have to give up her mermaid powers to become next gen. And as you can see with the pumpkin on her head, she didn't even know who her biological father is. She's hearing this for the first time in the argument. And she's always been drawn to Pumpkin. Her name is Pumpkin after all. But she has never met her father because her father disappeared last gen. Last gen we lost Patchy. He got hit with lightning and it destroyed his whole stoop. And he just disappeared, but he's still alive. She's never met him. She didn't even know her father was a scarecrow, and he has his own curse going on. You guys have to check out Last Gen if you're confused about what I'm talking about. But she's always had like this strong love for pumpkins. You see the flower on her jumper. She just loves nature outside, and she's hearing her mother say like about the curse and that his gen is tied to a scarecrow, and that's their father. And Salila feels like since he's the only one that's met his father and knows that the father was a scarecrow, she thought he would be the best option to take over next gen. So she's going to give him the mystical collectibles. So, like I said in the beginning, you have to collect collectibles. I'm going to put them out here so you guys can see what we have so far. We have this first one, which was a relic from Selva Dorada. It started off this curse. This was obtained by Salila's mother, and Salila's mother gave it to her when she took over. And then Leela found this conch shell, and this is her mystical collectible. And she found this, and that's what she has to give to her son. All right, so she's going to give him the collectible, even though he doesn't want to do this. Like, he's adamant that he doesn't want to do this. We can't give a gift. Why? Can we go here? Okay. She officially ran back in her room to cry. She's hiding from them. She knew they were going to come out into the living room. They still have the lights off. They don't even see the lights on under the door, so they don't know that she's up. But they came out here because he has obviously some questions. He's going to reconcile the argument they just had. Like I said, he is a sweet boy, and he does want to help his mother. Well, not help, but he kind of just feels like he understands that where his mother is coming from. And he does have the traits for next gen. He loves the outdoor. He's a freegan. He's also smart. He's not popular or unpopular, headstrong, high self-esteem. He was a happy infant. He had a great life, but right now he's going through a rebellious phase as well. So this is why he's kind of like going up against his mom about this. But he has questions towards his mom, like, so how am I supposed to not be a mermaid anymore? This has been a part of my life for the rest, like my whole life. What am I supposed to do? And she's like, well, I don't know. So Salila didn't grow up around mermaids. Obviously, she was raised by humans. So she doesn't really know much about mermaid culture, I guess, and what it takes. So she's telling him that he has to go and seek out her father, who is a mermaid. And her father, she hasn't spoken to him in a few years. They did like reconcile their relationship, but then her father kind of just went ghost on them. She texts him all the time. Sometimes he'll text her back, but so she knows he lives in Tartosa, but she doesn't know where. She doesn't know much about him or anything like that, because he's just been no contact with them in person for a few years. And his texts are a little weird that she gets from him. So she's giving him her grandfather or his grandfather's number and telling him that he has to go and seek him out if he wants to figure out how to get rid of being a mermaid and start on his generation. So she's going to also show him the mystical collectibles, and she's letting him know, like, when I saw these collectibles, I knew immediately what I had to do, and I feel like it's going to be the same for you. So we're going to put the collectibles here. So Harvest is going to first take the relic, and he's looking at it, and nothing really happened. He's like, his mom said that he's supposed to feel something, and he's just like, okay. But the conch, he is a mermaid, so I feel like he's going to want to blow the conch shell before putting it in his inventory. And I think he's going to realize his ties to being a mermaid are so much stronger than the relic. And you see his mom came immediately, and he's going to miss things like that if he gets rid of being a mermaid. But right now, he just wants to do what his mom said and go and find his grandfather. She's also going to give him a gift before she leaves. So we're going to have her give him the gift of the canoe. I'm also going to give him her private journal so he can read more about her experience. I'm just giving him stuff that I want to keep throughout this whole challenge. And I also want to keep this octopus because that was made by her mother, Gen 1, and it was knitted. And I want to keep it for keepsake value. But she gave him her boat and was like, you need to go sail to Tartosa. He's like, I can just swim. And she's like, no, just sail to Tartosa and go and meet up with your grandfather. While they're having this discussion out there, Salila's hearing Pumpkin is hearing the discussion even further. And she's feeling inspired now, like, I must, save my family type of mindset. And she's going to follow after her brother. But she wants to wake up Auden, who is her twin. They have been inseparable since birth, shared a room since birth, and she's going to want to say goodbye to him. He's going to try to talk her out of it because Autumn is a little like more reserved than his siblings, which is why we knew Autumn wouldn't be next gen. Autumn is gentle and he's a child of the island. So he's going to be sad that his sister's going. She's like, I'm leaving, brother. Oh, look at him crying. Okay, let her console him. She's going to try to cheer him up, and then she's going to reveal the deep secret that, their family's kind of cursed, and just fill him in on everything. So she's trying to be all nice. Hold on, let me turn off their light because they shouldn't even be up. Yeah, okay, good. I like that. They're in like darkness. She's going to reveal deep secret about the family. She's also going to talk about her dreams. Like this, something in me is telling me that this is supposed to be something I do. Oh, they're close. Oh, he's going to miss his sister. Oh, look at them hug. He supports her. He supports her. So he's going to have to try to persuade their mom that she's not missing. And the way we're going to do it right now, it says that they're in grade school and that she's a scout. But I did sign her up for camp. And then I had her quit camp because I knew she was going to run away. So her mom's going to think she's at sleepaway camp, which she's supposed to be at sleepaway camp. I signed her up for it. The mother paid for it. So he's like, okay, I'll just tell her you left early and that Harvest took you. And she's like, okay, I love you. Okay, great. Autumn is willing to support her through this. He's going to miss his sister though. And she's like, I'll be back. I'm just going to beat this curse. That's kind of how she feels about it. Like, being a child, and she's not really realizing this is like a lifelong thing you're committing to. But she definitely feels like I'll be back home and we can swim again and hang out. And don't worry, I'll be back in no time. And she really feels that way. Now she has to figure out how she's going to get on her brother's boat. She does have her bike and she did learn how to ride a bike. So she should be able to do that and follow him. And plus he wants to make a stop before actually getting on the boat and going. He wants to go to just a beach in Sulani and sit and swim in the waters as a mermaid for the last time. He's going through his own emotional struggle right now. He doesn't know his sister's following along with him or what's going on with that. But he does know that if he ever does come back to Sulani, it would be as a human, and he doesn't even know how to process that right now. So he just wants to go and swim in Sulani. He's also going to miss his siblings. And I think he's telling his mom, I'm going to go in and say goodnight to them. So now they have to run in and fake like they're asleep because he's coming in to say goodbye to them. So let's have them go lay down. Run, kids, run. He's coming in. So he's going to come in and tuck in Pumpkin and tuck in his brother. He knows when he comes back, they're going to be completely older. He knows it's for life. This decision he's making. Aw. And he adores her. He wants to cloud gaze with Pumpkin too. Aw. So cute. He's saying goodbye to his siblings. All right, we're going to take Harvest to go. But before he goes as well, he wants to say goodbye to his mom. His mom is feeling all types of emotions from this. If you were here last gen, you know that she struggled with leaving home as a teenager and starting her gen off, but she knows that her son has to do this now and it's hard to be on your own. She's in a better financial position to give him money though, so he's not going to have to worry about money or anything. All right, we have Harvest here. He's at a local beach in Sulani and he wants to go for a swim before actually setting sail. It's so beautiful. I'm going to miss this place so much. What do you mean you can't place the boat in the world? Does he have to be in the water? Okay, good. I wanted the boat out. And he's going to go for a swim. And while he's going for his last swim in Sulani, his sister managed to ride her bike here. She has her light on. She's on a mission to go find her brother. Oh, if you guys have never seen Pumpkin without her mask on or her pumpkin head, this is what she looks like. She's gorgeous. Love her. But she's determined to find her brother and where he is. She saw him go this way. Oh, he maxed out fitness already. She's like, where is he? She's like, I could have swore I thought I saw him come this way. I guess not. So she's going to get back on her bike. And she found it. She's found him swimming in the distance over there. You guys see him in the background. And a part of her wants to go and talk to him, but she knows that he is the responsible older brother and he would never go for her coming along for the journey. And she'll have no way to Tartosa because she's not a mermaid. She does not have the capacity to swim all the way there. So she's going to do the next best thing. And she's going to take his boat. And she's going to plan on riding the boat to Sulani. Now, I know kids cannot ride it. Well, I don't think they can ride in here. Let's see if she can ride in it. I don't feel like kids can. She's gonna get off her bike though and put her pumpkin head back on. I wonder if she goes like in the water, would she be able to get on the canoe? I don't think it's gonna let her get on. But we can at least know how she's getting to Tartosa, which is using the canoe that she's gonna steal from her brother. Look at Pumpkin's face. She's like so mischievous. I love her so much. But she now has her ride to Tartosa and is going to take the canoe from her brother and head out to go find her grandpa. Now, we know that Harvest is supposed to take the canoe to Tartosa and he has the mystical collectibles, but he's a mermaid. So he's going to be able to swim to Tartosa. He just didn't plan on it, and which means he's going to probably get there a day after her. Also, they're supposed to be looking, well, Harvey's supposed to be looking for his grandfather. His mother gave him this huge responsibility. He's not going to want to admit to his mom, like, hey, I lost the canoe. So, yeah, he's going to have to deal with that once he returns to Sulani, if he ever does. But that's something he'll think about at another time. For right now, he's more concerned getting to find his grandfather. So once he realizes his canoe is gone, he's going to realize he's going to just have to hoof it there and swim to Tartosa. But she's going to take the boat. Anyway, we're going to pick back up once Pumpkin gets to Tartosa. I imagine it's going to take her a while realistically to get there. So we'll pick back up in the morning once it's like day time. We'll have her like kind of arrive at Tartosa. All right, we're here in Tartosa. Her boat just landed. Let's just pretend it landed in this dock. She finally made it. Yes. And the only thing she remembers from what her mom said, not only thing, but the main thing she remembers is that her grandfather lives in a lighthouse. So we have a lighthouse here. This is the lighthouse that's in Tartosa. It is a part of like the world, so we can't do anything with it. So she's gonna like just go and like look around. She's like exhausted, hungry, been sailing all night. Look how tired she looks. She's like, please be here, Grandpa. Please, I'm starving. So I didn't mention that she's already a scout. In fact, she's had like 6 badges already. So, and she's been to summer camp. She knows how to, survive by herself if she needs to. I just want to show that right here it says she earned 6 out of 9 badges. So we're already done with badges. I did this off camera. Her brother technically has badges too. I think he has 6 as well because I didn't know who was going to take over, her or her brother. And a part of this generation, they need 5 badges as a child or a teen. So she already did that. So we're good. But yeah, she'll know how to survive out here on her own if she can't find her grandfather. So she's looking for a lighthouse and she sees another one over here. So we're going to go and check out this one too, and hopefully we can find him. So her main goal is to get to her grandfather's before her brother, because her brother is going to convince her grandfather to let him get rid of his mermaid ability. And her main reason why she wants to take over next gen is so her brother doesn't have to do that. So she wants to get to her grandfather's first to let him know, like, don't let Harvest get rid of being a mermaid. Don't tell him how to do it. And then she's like, maybe I can then become the next gen if he can't take away being a mermaid. That's her plan. She's like, I'm ready to take over and make sure my brother doesn't have to do that. She's like speeding on this bike. I love when kids are able to ride their bike. It's so cute. All right, she's pulling up to the lighthouse. She's like, okay, has to be where my grandfather lives. So she sees an altar here. We're going to try to give her a respectful introduction. We're going to ask her if she knows our grandfather, if this is his place. She's like, a lot of people keep going in and out of my grandfather's house, but he has a playground for me to play with. She's thinking about moving to. Oh, this sim is hideous. Oh, she earned another badge. Actually, I think, okay, we can have her ask about her grandfather. She's like, do you know, it's a guy named Caspian. I haven't had the pleasure of meeting him. She's like, then why were you outside of his house? She's like, this is a museum, so let's view this work. She's like, maybe it is a museum. Let me go in. And she's going to see like the paintings everywhere. This is definitely a museum, sweetheart. It's not where your grandfather lives. I mean, there is a public bathroom though, and she has to use the bathroom, so we can have her do that. But yeah, definitely just a museum. I mean, there's places for her to nap. I wish she can have somebody light the fire for her. Or we can invite people to hang out. Maybe if we invite them to hang out, they'll light the fire. Okay, she has a plan. She's going to catch a fish. If there's somewhere for her to fish. Ooh, she can fish. Is she too uncomfortable? Okay. So I'm going to have her take a nap here. And then we're going to go fishing and invite somebody to the fire. And hopefully they actually, don't worry about looking at the paintings. She was right. This is a museum. She's like, all right, I got to get into survival mode. I can't find my grandfather. Okay, she's taking her little nap. Hopefully she gets her energy up. Okay, she's up. She's hungry. Her energy's in the yellow. I think we should be able to fish now if we try. All right, where's the fishing? Oh, somebody's over here fishing. Go fishing. Okay, she rode her bike over. She's gonna see if she can catch anything. I don't know if she has a fishing skill. Oh, she's level 2. Okay, probably from fishing at home. Pumpkin is so iconic with her pumpkin head. I love her so much. I'm so excited for this gen and for her to actually take over. She's like determined, but she can't find him until she needs to go eat. There's another lighthouse. She just doesn't see it because it's like right here and she keeps passing it. I wonder if she's going back the next time she's going to actually see it this time. Okay, she caught a new fish. She caught a minnow. That should be enough for her to eat. Let's see if we can have somebody light the fire for her. All right, she's going to head back over to the lighthouse. If we can see the other lighthouse from her point of view, I'm going to have her stop there instead. But if we don't see it from her point of view, then yeah, she's just going to continue to go to the White House. Well, I think we can just enter Shift Tab to see her point of view. Sorry if this gives you, makes you nauseous, but we're entering her point of view. Let's see if she can see the White House or the lighthouse. Oh, yeah, she saw it. She's like, wait a minute. Is that a lighthouse? So let me enter Shift Tab. She's going to stop going over there. She's about to go fry her some fish. She's still writing. She was like, I don't know if that's a lighthouse. Go back over there. Turn around. All right, so she's at this lighthouse and we can already see her brother is upstairs. So he got here first. She's like, oh no. And look at him sunburned. He looks so uncomfortable. He probably swam all day to get here and now he's freezing outside. But he got here first. So I guess he must have talked to their grandfather. Where's their grandfather? Okay, he's in the bathroom. All right. So before we even have her go in, because she doesn't even know her brother. I mean, she saw her brother up there, so she knows he's been found, or not found, that he got here first. I want to show you this lighthouse that her grandfather's been staying at. So a little bit about her grandfather. Her grandfather's name is Caspian C, and he's a mermaid, obviously. And he met her when she was like a toddler. Harvest knew him, and he started to build a relationship with Salila, Pumpkin's mother, which is his daughter. And now he's officially on the family tree. He's recognized as her father. And in fact, they were able to build a decent-ish relationship, Salila and him, and also the kids. The kids love their grandfather. But then recently, he just stopped returning calls after Aurora died. Salila called him like, hey, mom died. And ever since then, he's just been distant. And we really haven't heard from him in a few years. And he's been living in this lighthouse that's kind of like a mess, kind of. So this is the lighthouse he lives in. So there's 3 lighthouses in Tartosa. This was the original lighthouse. And then it became so inhabitable that they built 2 new ones instead. But he now lives here and he's camping out here. People don't know he lives here because it's not really a house, but he's made it a house. And it was like all boarded up and everything. And he's like built counters, put a stove in here. He has like red cups everywhere. He does like himself a nice beer and he hasn't been cleaning up. So this lighthouse, I got it from the gallery and then I edited the shell to make it look like this abandoned lighthouse type of thing. He's here in the bathroom. The last time we saw Caspian, he looked healthy and well. And recently he's been down in the dumps. He definitely wanted to reconnect with Salila one day and talk about everything that happened, but he never got that chance. And I feel like after that, he kind of went into a deep mental breakdown. And we're going to talk about his traits there and everything. But this is Salila's father, Caspian, and he's had better days. But hopefully his grandchildren being here will help, realign him back into reality, because I think he's been spiraling, to be honest. And we're going to go over his traits and everything. I'm not going to show you the whole lighthouse. I mean, I can show you from like an aerial view. This is the only like maintained part of the lighthouse because it is like the light part. and he goes up and changes the light bulbs and everything. He takes it serious, even though there's other lighthouses here in Tartosa. This is where he sleeps. He just has a bed and like a little place for his clothes. Yeah, it's a mess. Look at all the bugs everywhere. And then here is where I guess the grandkids can sleep if they're staying here. He has like a bed somewhere. He'll find a bed for them if they decide to stay. But here it is. And then down here is the first floor that he does most of his days and everything. And Harvest is already here. He already talked to his grandfather about the curse and everything. And surprisingly, his grandfather is like, you want to get rid of being a mermaid? He doesn't really agree with his grandson. And he doesn't even know his granddaughter is here anyway. But they already got into like a little bit of a heated debate about whether he should get rid of being a mermaid or not. So we're going to go in here and she's going to see if she can convince her grandfather. She's like, this has to be the place because I just saw Harvest. And she's like, I don't care. I can talk my way into convincing my grandfather not to let him take over the curse. She doesn't even know her grandfather's on her side. Like, he doesn't believe that mermaids should not be mermaids anymore. I mean, he's a little paranoid, unstable. He's going through his own mental health issues, but he does know that not being a mermaid is not acceptable. And she's like, where are they? Another bathroom argument. We started with one, we're ending with one. Oh, he likes silly behavior. Yeah, okay. But he's trying to convince his grandfather to let him or teach him how to stop being a mermaid. So we're going to just do a little argument. Okay, we could actually argue about dirty surroundings. Like, grandfather, why'd you let your house get this way? What is going on with you? But he's arguing with his grandfather, kind of how it started, and she's just out here listening to the argument. Let me go over Caspian's traits so you can get a better understanding. He even has this dog that's really a fox, and he swears it's a dog, and its name is Jax. So just so you know how his mental health has been. But he is a child of the islands, but he's paranoid, absent-minded, unstable. He's also a child of the ocean. So recently, since learning about Aurora's death, he's been like kind of spiraling, a lot of regrets in his life. And he's a mermaid, so they live for like a long, long time. And he has to kind of sit with the fact that he never made peace with Aurora. And it put him on a spiral, to be honest. But unlike when her mother and her brother was arguing, she wants to go up and sleep. She's going to go in here. It's going to be kind of like so crazy that she just walks in the door and Harvest is going to be like, oh, Pumpkin, what are you doing here? Like, you're the one that stole my boat? Because reminder, his boat got stolen and he had to swim here and he has his sunburn going on and he's just like pissed. Like, what do you mean you're here accused of touching stuff? Did you take my boat? Was it you? Oh, poor thing. He's just like done. He doesn't even want to be the mystical heir and he's just had to put up such a fight already and he's all sunburnt. Look at him. She's like, yeah, I did. And Grandpa, don't let him get rid of being a mermaid. He loves being a mermaid. Don't believe him. Don't believe him. He loves it. And she's going to pass out. He stinks. He's like, I need to swim. Oh, they have a difficult dynamic. Yeah, I think this argument is definitely going to put them in a difficult. He's like, I need to get in the bath, screaming. Like, he's not even like peeping what kind of conversation we're having here. He's like, my skin is melting. Get it, get out. And now he's scared. What are they talking about? He's paranoid. He just goes through like so many mood swings, but he loves being a mermaid. I think though the argument is going to continue because she needs to convince her brother. Like, she didn't know he was going to show up here first and whatnot. She's going to yell at like, you love being a mermaid. Why are you getting rid of it? I want to be the mystical heir. And he's like, no, Mom said I am the mystical heir. I'm just doing what needs to be done. And now she has to fear being inferior. She feels like she's the inferior sibling because her mother didn't ask her. Pumpkin never succeeds at anything. How is she ever supposed to make it in the world when everyone, hold on, I want to read this because I think it ties in well. When everyone else is doing better in life, she's like, what? When he gets to be the mystical heir. Aw, they're having an offensive conversation. Insult existence. Convince monsters are real. Oh yeah, we can do that. She's like, listen, there are real monsters out here, real mystical sims out here. And do you really want to get rid of being a mermaid? Huh? What about Dad? Let me have him put out the mystical collectibles because he's like, this is supposed to be my journey I'm on. And as soon as he puts it out on the table to like show her like, I have the mystical collectibles, she instantly is like mesmerized by them. And she's like, they're talking to me. And he's like, what? What do you mean they're talking to me? Mom said that they're supposed to talk to me. I think he's finally realizing like, she's right. She is right. So we're going to. She's going to shout forbidden words on him at him. I think she had a curse for him to understand, like, listen, they are speaking to me. I can hear them. And they're telling me the journey I need to go on. And I think he's starting to realize, like, wait, maybe I shouldn't put up a fight against this. I don't want to be mystical heir. I didn't the moment my mother told me I was supposed to stop being a mermaid. She's claiming that she can hear the mystical collectibles. And that's what mom said is supposed to happen. So maybe she is supposed to be heir. And I think he has like a lot to think about, but right now it is 11:10 p.m. He swam all the way here. He's not going to, oh, I almost put this in her inventory. He's not going to give her the mystical collectibles right now. So he's going to keep them. And he's more so like, it's late. We're tired. Grandpa said he had a bed for us. I'm starving. Are you starving? Oh, he's not hungry. He ate already. But she's starving, tired, stinky. And I think she's starting to wear on her brother with the fact that she should take over. But I am actually going to end the episode here. I know we didn't do anything with like skills or anything like that, but she's still a child, so we have a way to go. But I hope you like the story that I'm starting to tell. They're going to like go to sleep. Her brother needs to think about this. This is a big thing. His mother, on one hand, is telling him he needs to be mystical heir and take over this challenge. On the other hand, Pumpkin is like, no, I'm supposed to be mystical heir and you can keep being a mermaid. This will work out for everyone. But he doesn't want to disappoint his mother, so he doesn't know what to do. But yeah, you guys let me know what you're thinking down below with this generation so far. Sorry it's been so long for me to get this out. This is like my 5th time recording this. Nothing like ever turns out how I like it. So hopefully this episode is good and I actually like the outcome of it. And if you guys are watching it, that means I did like it. And I hope you guys enjoy it as well. But yeah, we're going to end the episode off here. Next time we pick up, we might be choosing to stay here in Tartosa, go find her father. Maybe her brother will drag her back home. We don't know what's going to happen. You guys let me know down below what you think is going to happen. But like I said, I had so much fun this episode and I can't wait to continue on with Pumpkin and Harvest's story. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everyone.